Welcome to Driveway DIY, where we bring the shop to you. Today, we're going to show you how to replace a brake master cylinder. First thing we're going to do is remove the brake lines. I'm going to go ahead and pop the top off. Check the fluid. It's pretty much empty because this thing has been leaking. So, all right, now we're going to remove these lines. These fittings can be a bit delicate. The problem is that they have a tendency to stick really bad on the master cylinder. This also goes for brake calipers and wheel cylinders. So you want to use a line wrench. So a line wrench is similar to a box end wrench with one section of it cut out. So if you use an open end wrench, you can round off the edges. Then thread it out by hand. Next, we're going to remove the master cylinder from the power brake booster. Most of the time there's just 2 bolts, sometimes there's 4 or 3. Then slide the master out of the booster. All right, so we've got our brake master cylinder in a vise on the bench. This is called bench bleeding. This is an absolutely necessary step. If you do not do this, you will never get the air fully out of your brake lines. So we're gonna pop these off. Take the cap off. This is the bench bleed setup. So we have 2 of these little hoses with these little plastic pins. We're gonna take one of these and stick it into each hole, and we're gonna give it kind of a twist just to make sure it sticks in there. Then we've got this little clip. This snaps over the center bridge for your master cylinder. You want the end of your hose all the way at the bottom of each reservoir. You don't want it to draw air in through the hose. Now, fresh, brand new DOT3 brake fluid. Because our plastic clip won't work, we're gonna use a metal binder clip. These are really handy for auto mechanics. You can do a lot of handy things with these, from holding things out of the way, or in this case, holding our hoses where we want them. So now I can just run that through. Next step, we take a big screwdriver and we're just gonna put it right here in the piston hole. And we're just gonna plunge this all the way out. You see all that bubbles that came out? Now watch what happens when I let off of this plunger. It's gonna suck fluid into the tubes. See that? When I push it out now, you're gonna get a bunch of bubbles like that. And then we do it again. So now we've got a few micro bubbles in here. We're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna go ahead and pull this out. Now we put the cap on and we go back to the car. All right, then we're going to take the master cylinder and drop it in. Make sure that your push rod has not come out of this hole. Quickly get the brake lines started into the master cylinder so it won't leak. We're going to go ahead and bolt the master back onto the brake booster. We're going to use the original nuts and we're just going to thread those on. Then take your line wrench and finish tightening up the brake lines. Now we just need to bleed the brakes. You loosen this bleeder right here, just like that. So what you want to do is you want to have an assistant in the vehicle and you're going to tell them pump and then hold. So what you want them to do is pump the pedal 4 or 5 times, hold the pedal, do not release it, and when they're holding, you open up the bleeder valve. Lots of air, wait till it stops, tighten it, pump, okay, no air, looking good, release. Then make sure you get all of that fluid cleaned up so that you don't have any paint issues. And that's all there is to replacing a brake master cylinder. Find all the parts you need to get the job done at ebaymotors.com.